So a couple weeks ago, I decided to order the SUPER73 S2. It was stressful. I'm doing it. What did I just do? All right, what do I do now? It took a lot to figure out which e-bike I wanted. I got the one that I know I want, but there's stuff that you gotta get for your e-bike before it shows up, or stuff I needed to get for mine. And maybe there's stuff you're thinking about getting for yours, and I want to help you decide what you should get before it shows up and what you probably shouldn't maybe wait to get. And I could be wrong for some people, but let's listen to my logic and we'll talk about it here. Now, why did I order the SUPER73 S2? It works for me. I didn't need the rear shocks, and I wanted to save the extra money by not getting them, but still having the headlight. You guys, if you've been researching it, you know you can get the R, and you don't have the headlight. You have the rear shocks, but you know it's missing the headlight, and I wanted the headlight, and I like the seat. The longer seat's nice. There was reasons I picked it, so let's not get too into that. Let's talk about what you need to get. And you could get any SUPER73, but I think some of these things you're still going to want to probably get, depending on how you're riding and who you're planning on riding with, or what you're planning on doing with it. Now, the reason I'm picking an e-bike right now is because I had an e-vehicle before. It was a one-wheel pint, and if you'd seen my channel before, I done a couple videos on my one-wheel pint. Loved it, but I got injured on it, and then a few months later I got injured off of it, kept me from riding it, and just wound up selling it because somebody else wanted to enjoy it, and I got the money from it, and I used some of that money, and I was like, I want a different e-bike, and I have kids, I have somebody I'd like to ride with me on it, and SUPER73 seemed like the right one to get. So that's what I went with. But let's talk about what I'm ordering, and then I'll talk about what I chose not to order, but I am still going to probably do for my SUPER73. Maybe these are things that you'll agree with. So follow along, and I'm going to be doing videos on my SUPER73, so if you're looking to see stuff like that, maybe subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you see those coming out when I do them. Now all the stuff I ordered actually showed up before the bike, which is good. That's kind of what I was going for. I did get everything off Amazon right now. Maybe good, maybe bad. So I was looking at the horns because that was important to me, because it needs a horn, but it also needs an alarm system because, like, you don't want to get it stolen. And I'm in like rural Vermont. Nobody here has one of these, and they're gonna be mind blown when they see it. But also, there's scumbags everywhere, and somebody could steal my bike. I've seen some of the alarms. A lot of them, the horn doesn't sound like a horn. It sounds like part of the alarm. But I did notice that the Juiced bike alarm was great. I didn't want to order something from Juiced, you know, being on a SUPER73, so I went on Amazon and I'm like, okay, Juiced alarm. And of course, an alarm comes up that looks exactly like the Juiced one, which is this guy here. And if you've seen anybody else with the Juiced alarm, it looks just like this. It has the horn button that goes up on your... Sounds like a horn. That might have blown out my speaker, but comes with 2 key fobs. I'm happy with this. This was 50 bucks-ish. I'm stating what I paid for it. I will link everything that I'm telling you about today below if you want to go check them out. Maybe it's something you want to order. But this thing's hefty. It's solid metal. It doesn't look like the plasticky ones. They're like 20 bucks on there, which I was tempted to buy, but I really wanted a horn that sounded like a horn. So that's really where this one kind of jumped out at me versus those, because I did listen to the videos on some of the other ones, and those horns don't sound like horns. Like, they don't sound like a... All right, I'm rambling about that horn and alarm, but it's important for safety. You should secure your bike, which I already have a bike lock that I'm gonna use for securing it. Otherwise, that's also something you should order. And the C-locks are really nice, so that'll be listed below as well. There'll be all sorts of stuff that might be good ideas for you to get with your SUPER73, and maybe before it gets to you. So the next thing is, I needed a way to mount my camera, because I do these YouTube channel, I do videography and stuff like that. So I got a camera mount. This was also, I was like, do I get a phone mount? Because the app and your phone and phones are important to have access to, or a camera mount. And my conclusion was the camera mount over the phone mount, because I have all kinds of phone clips for tripods that I've already had, and I can just put it on the camera mount. So it acts as 2. So the camera mount I ordered is the Sport Go camera mount, which it's just a simple mount intended probably more for a GoPro, but I'm gonna use my Osmo Pocket 2 on it. But it has my thread, it's got a little ball joint so you can adjust it, and it it's gonna clip on. So it is budget friendly, very budget friendly, but you need a way to mount your phone or a camera if you're gonna be doing shoots. Some people strap them to their body, but I figure with my Pocket 2, I can mount it, and the Pocket 2 can swivel to look away from me if I wanna show where I'm going, and swivel and look at me if I wanna show me. So that's why I'm gonna be using that as my camera of choice. Plus it has the wireless microphone that allows me to do some dialogue while the mic's right here and my camera's gonna be on my handlebar. So perfect for me. It will also act as a phone holder when I need it to. And I may get a phone holder in the future, but my phone is odd. It's not like every other phone, and it's got like a series of buttons on the side. Most of the phone holders, it's hard to find one that fits my phone. The next thing that I felt like was important for safety is a mirror. And you might not need a mirror because most people riding their bike down the road just turn, they look behind them. Well, I can't, my left eye's bad and I have terrible peripheral with it. So when I turn and look this way, I'm like kind of half seeing what I need to see. So I went with just one mirror. There are 2 mirror kits, and mirrors are subjective. I'll put a few of them down in the description, but I wound up with this one mainly because I felt like it had like kind of like a plain look to the joint. Some of them look kind of plasticky and toy, and you know what, and this one, now that I received it, does look kind of plasticky, but it also is just, it doesn't have a lot to it. I didn't want a lot going on with where it comes out, and I'll probably mount mine in the downward position. I'll do an open box and installing all this stuff next week, guys. I'll open it up, I'll put all my accessories on it, and I'll get it going. And then I got something else in store, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so I'm excited to mount this on, and it's gonna help me out because I needed a mirror. So, long story short, I needed a mirror because I can't see out of my left eye. That's the style I chose in the handlebar, and sleek look. So we'll see what it looks like on the bike when I get it. Last thing that I ordered, that I needed to order for my bike because I'm gonna have somebody riding with me, was pegs. So there's a ton of different kinds of pegs, and from what I'm gathering, the 8mm thread ones are the ones you wanna get. And I did just get the cheap ones, and if you're watching videos on SUPER73 stuff, people are complaining about how the cheap ones are breaking and whatnot and spend the $100 for the pegs, but like my kid's gonna be using this on the back. It's not really a peg for me to stand my 230-pound body on. My kid's gonna be using this, but I think these are nice black, nice pegs. I needed pegs. I want to take my kid for a ride right away. You know, like I get the bike and I want to be able to take my kid for a ride. Kids, I have multiple kids, so, and they're all gonna want to ride. This is the stuff I bought. Now, there is the basket that people have that goes underneath the center. I'll pop it up right here. So that basket, that's expensive. There's like 270 bucks or something like that. Like, I'm not gonna spend that, so I'm gonna make one. And I will do a video on how to make one. I guess I'll give a little bit away. So I'm gonna do it out of Coroplast, which is like corrugated plastic, like the stuff they make signs out of in your yard, like for a yard sale sign. Some people have made some pretty crazy stuff with Coroplast. So that's something else I ordered, but it's not something that was necessary before it came in. I kind of actually need it here to be able to like use dimensions and design it. But I'm gonna do a video on how I did that, and then I'll put a template out there for people to use if they want to get Coroplast themselves and then template it out. So I will put a downloadable template. And yeah, so that's something to stick around for, guys. So I have a Cricut cutter, and I decided to go ahead and design like some decal stuff for the gas tank. So I did find some dimensions of and I say gas tank, it's a gas tank and not gas tank because it's a battery. So the battery tank. So I designed like a sticker setup for it. Haven't printed it yet, but when it comes, I'm gonna wind up printing that. So let's go ahead and talk about what I want, but I didn't get, and I'll probably wait a while, ride the bike around for a bit, and then decide to get these things. So I kind of want the lower rise handlebars. As much as I like the S2, I kind of don't like those raised handlebars. We'll see how it feels while I'm on it. But I'm thinking I want like some lower straight bars, and I might not, we'll see. But that's something that I wanted to look at, and you can get handlebars for super cheap on Amazon, like so cheap. And I haven't felt it yet, but I've heard a lot of complaints about the seat. So I think after a while, I'll probably want to get a new seat. I do like the saddle brown color, tan color that's on the one I got. So I'll probably stick with that even if I change seats, and because it matches the color well. Maybe new pedals. I don't feel like I need them right away, but you know, pedals are an easy, cheap upgrade, and it might be something I get. The rear rack, that thing's expensive, and I'm not metal work good, so I'm not gonna be able to make one myself. And there's so much more out there. Like I spent lots of time just like I exhausted all that I have just looking at accessories and things I can do to customize my bike, guys. So, you know, you can always get like the glow kits and stuff like that for it, but that wasn't necessary. So, like I said, it's like how to prep for it. Also, guys, this is kind of off subject of what you get, but like have your garage or wherever you're gonna keep it ready and make sure it's locked up and you be prepared to have it. Be prepared to have it come. That's all I really have to say about what I did to prepare. If you did something else, you got yours coming right now too, and you were just kind of nervous about it, let me know in the comments what you're getting that maybe I didn't list, and maybe say something about what I got. I don't know. Give me some ideas, guys. So maybe there's something I screwed up on. Maybe I should send some of this stuff back because it's not worth it. I don't know. But I feel like I didn't overdo it. Did I? Let me know, guys. But again, follow along by subscribing and hitting the bell notification. If you enjoyed this video, it helped you out at all, hit that like button, guys. Check out the playlist on the Osmo Pocket 2. That's that camera I'm going to be using on my Super 73. And go have fun. And if you're waiting on your Super 73, don't spend too much money because you already spent a lot on the bike. Peace out, guys. See you next week with the unboxing video. Bye.